Hey there YouTube, Webcam 9000 here again. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the iPod Touch battery life. When I first got it, I was a bit confused as to how long the battery would last. On the Apple's website, which I'll probably provide a link for you in the notes there, it says that it can play up to 6 hours of video or 36 hours of music, which seems to be pretty accurate actually at the moment. You know, if I'm on 20% of battery life, then you know, music will last for quite some time. I've done a bit of sort of testing on that. But when I first got it, I was unsure. I knew the music would last a long time. I wasn't too sure about videos, but actually videos held out a while. But I also noticed my battery life decreasing a fair bit during the day. I took it into school when during the last sort of few weeks, and I was using it a fair bit for sort of just applications, occasionally playing a few games and whatnot. And I noticed that I sort of needed to charge it a fair bit when I got home. I'd sort of charge it in the evening, and I was sort of a bit curious because it said 36 hours, so I assumed that it would last me a day and a little bit longer, so it would last me maybe a day and a half. But it didn't do that. I was a bit sort of confused as to why it was doing that. But basically, the battery life, if you're planning on getting one, this video is just helping you out here. If you're planning on getting an iPod Touch anytime soon, then please be a bit wary that the battery life can vary a lot depending on what you're doing. I think if you're going to play a very graphically intensive game like Galaxies on Fire, which is a very good game, I highly recommend you download that. It could potentially take up a lot of battery life. It should take around about 2 to 3 hours to drain your battery completely. And it's not recommended that you drain your battery every single day. I get it down to about 20% and then put it on charge. A lot of people do actually sort of put their iPod Touches on charge once a day. I think it's roundabout right. I think it's fair enough. In my last video, I showed you a very quick application, easy application, free application to use called Battery. If you are an iPhone 3G user or you are an iPod Touch 2nd generation user, you can't get the battery indicator next to the battery. So unlike the 3GS, which you can actually, there's actually settings for that. But if you look here, the application Battery, I featured it once. If you just press it, it opens up and it gives you your battery percentage that is left. Unfortunately, there's a little pop-up at the very top, but other than that, that's all it does, and it's very, very simple. Obviously there it's at 85% battery left, and it just depends on what you're doing. If it's a very simple application like Solitaire, which I use a fair amount of the time, that doesn't take up much battery at all. It's a very simple application. It's not graphically intensive. It doesn't take up much memory. If you're playing a game like Tap Tap, for example, that can take up a lot of power and a lot of a lot of juice, really. So yes, one way you can help the battery life out a bit is if you've got Wi-Fi on, go down to Mail and Contacts, so that's that one, tap it. So I think it might have been highlighted, but and here you can see all the things here. If you go fetch new data, it should say push, and here it says push on. If you're outside, usually if you turn it off, that saves a lot of battery power, because as you have no Wi-Fi network, it can't pick up emails, so it's not trying to push the emails to your phone without a Wi-Fi. If it doesn't have the Wi-Fi but it's still got push on, it will try and send new data to your phone, but obviously can't, and it'll do that on a regular basis, and it does take up a lot of power. But if you're at home, it's fine to have it on, and also it's preferred to have fetch on hourly, because that basically fetches data for other applications on the hour, every hour. If you have it 15 minutes, it drains the power a lot quicker again. So yeah, those are just sort of two things you can do to really reduce, keep the battery life going a bit longer. And it really, those two things really do help. I've noticed a significant difference if and when I'm outside. So yeah, I suggest you do that. I haven't found any other ways of maximising your battery life other than that really at the moment. Probably another main one to do would be to turn the screen brightness down. I've got mine at about 75%, not 100, or auto brightness on as well. So actually that could potentially go on your battery life. But yeah, if you want a bit more, turn it down. You can on a Mac, if you turn it down to about 50%, it saves about, I'd say, 45 minutes of battery. So yeah, screen brightness does count. Right, that was a very quick video on battery life, and I will see you again sometime soon for useful Mac applications and useful iPod Touch applications. I'm going to do a very quick review of the in-case slider case, which is on the back of here. Yeah, I got a little software with that as well, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye.